the drums with a hammer a couple times, moving it back and forth. I got the brakes to release, unlock the, I had the rear lock to get me out of here. But yeah, so if you guys remember, if you watched the video where I was on the dock unloading the rebar from the ship, that's where this trailer is going, up to that laydown yard. My buddy that runs the dock work, he's the guy that bought the trailer. So we're gonna take this up there, get some cool shots along the way. Feels really good to be back in Old Blue. I really miss driving it. And it just looks awesome hooked up to the, you know, covered wagon style flatbed. It's just so cool to me. Like, this was the trailer I used to pull all the time, hauling grain. So looks super cool. But yeah, we're gonna make a ton of noise. We're gonna try to have some fun shifting, and we're just gonna have a good time. I'm excited. Left will be pretty tight. It's like the fastest way to go. I still can't decide if I want to make the left or not, because it's going to be with an arrow. I don't think all these cars will make it, so I'll still have a chance to sneak some of this lane, but it would be a tight left for sure. Also, depending on where the cars are on that cross street. Yeah, I can't really decide what move I want to make here. Made the left very easily. haven't already noticed, we have a headliner back in it, but I need the front plastic trim that holds the front up. When it came off, it was all broken and it's old plastic, so there's only so much, you know, it only lasts so long. This one's hanging as well, but yeah. So the headliner's partially back in. Just need some plastic, some trim. sell myself really short if I can't see. Like, I try to play it as safe as possible. But what that always does is I cut myself too short all the time. It's not a big deal here. I'll just pull up, but it's just a fact. I didn't have to cut it that hard, but I couldn't see what was on the driver's side, so I didn't want to risk it. But just pull up, move over. It's better than hitting something. Well guys, that's it. Sadly enough, is where she will lay. He will use it on the dock, unloading all kind of stuff off the boats, and it will become one of these raggedy flatbeds at some point. It'll just take a beating and probably end up dying here. Sad, but it is what it is. As you guys just saw, me trying to give you a little ride-by action. First time around, the one camera didn't record. I don't know why. I swore I pressed it. And then I backed up on the high side to make it back down to get my cameras. So I wasn't recording, set it up again, and I just left it there. I'll go back and get that in a second. I don't think that train car is going anywhere. That's what the cameras are sitting on. But yeah, I just wanted to try to give you guys a little something with that. I thought it was cool. I'm going to show you guys a couple things in my mind when we're running back out of here. Show you guys something about shifting that I think is pretty interesting, and some of you may not know. And otherwise, after this, we're going to be moving that right trailer, but I think that's going to be a separate video. Only because there's so much of driving in between each one. It's just like, why mash it on the one? It'd be like, I could tell a better story, separate, you know, videos. It just, I think it's better that way. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this one, guys. I'll give you a little look here, and then, like I said, back to the shifting. All right, guys, so something I wanted to talk about was, if you understand how the transmission works or how you can shift it, it really helps you determine what you should or could do in situations to help make your life easier, such as making a turn, you know, running up a hill, in the mud or on the blacktop. All these different things, these variables change the way you have to drive, right? And when there's more resistance against the truck, whether it be a turn, like when you turn the tires, it adds resistance, slows you down, mud or gravel or whatever it may be, incline, you are forced to shift differently at those times. So the way shifting works, if you don't already understand it, it's, you know, you're going the RPM of the engine versus the RPM of the transmission, because if you're in neutral, now the transmission's sitting, or the motor's down at idle, but the wheels are spinning, versus the transmission is in the middle, I guess you could say. I'm really not good at explaining it, but it won't go in. Well, all right, I got lucky on that one. Come on, I can't do that again if I tried. So it just fell back in. But the point is, if I go to low, right, I can't push it into first. But you rev it up, that window opens, right? Then it goes in at that time. So the way it works is, imagine it like a window, and if your wheel speed puts you here and the RPMs are here, you have to bring it up to match that, and then it goes in, right? So you have to match wheel speed with RPM to find the right spot to push that gear in. That's what you're looking for. Is, I think that's the best way to describe it. Like wheel speed, RPM. That's what you're going for, right? If they have to match, boom, it falls right in, right? And then that's where the whole game comes in, like grinding, and somebody commented scratching, I called it clicking, whatever you want to call it. That's a difference, right? Like I could force it in gear and grind it, or if you just pull lightly, this one I have to get past like a weird thing, but like just a real light pull, and then it goes in, right? That's not grinding, it's not rough, it's not bad, you're not gonna hurt anything, just push gently, and then it'll go in, right? Like that helps you learn the spots. And then once you learn them, you can just shift hard because you know where it's gotta be. Like that was a little too early, but it didn't grind though, it just, that suspension of the wheel speed difference, right? That's how it works. But the point of what I wanna show you is, I think it's so cool that you can drive a truck, like I'm empty, I'm bobtailing. You could drive a truck so many different ways just to make it sound different or feel different, or more importantly, when you need to do it, if you're in a turn or on a hill, whatever it is, right? But for me, I do it when I need to, of course, but I love to do it like if I'm at a truck show or at a red light, or you want to show off to your buddies, whatever it is, you want to sound a certain way. So you have to drive it accordingly, but stay smooth and cool on the surface, all that good stuff. But like you could rev it out and shift slow, right? Like this. Now this truck doesn't love it. Every truck is different. The red truck loves shifting it quick, right? This truck doesn't love it so much, so it's probably not going to be a great example, but I'll do it anyway. What I could do is, like I said, with the wheel speed versus RPM and all that stuff, if you just accelerate a little bit, you're gaining quick wheel speed, but you didn't run the RPMs all the way up to 2100. You just run them up a bit, like 15, 1800, and you could shift it quick, because the next gear, by the time you lose the wheel speed, it would fall in at that time, and you can shift it quick that way. I really hope that makes sense, because I'm not doing the best job of explaining. But you're not picking up too much wheel speed, and you're also not running the RPMs up. So because everything's at a lower gauge, that next gear would be down low. So instead of winding it out and waiting for it to fall, you're bringing it up right there. So it's like boom, shift. You could shift quick that way and sound different, run different, all that good stuff. It helps in a turn, it helps on an incline, whatever. Usually in this truck, with a load, it's better. Empty, it's harder. But I could go low to first to second, and I could do it quick. Third, it never really gives it to me. But the red truck, you can first, second, third, fourth, and even fifth, you can get them quick, and it sounds cool, it's funny. But either way, I'll try to give it to you guys in this truck. I don't think it's gonna work so well, but we'll try it, so. Oh, see, I missed third. But that's the idea. You could shift it quick, but this truck doesn't like it that well. Every transmission is a little different, but like you get the point. So I kind of like pushed a little harder than normal, but I just wanted to give you the rough idea. But now we'll jump to the red truck real quick, and I'll show you how it works in there, and then we'll come back to this truck. So I hope that you get the difference and you see how that works, and I think it's awesome. So I really hope you guys agree. This is the train car that I left my cameras on, so I got to stop and grab those quick. That is the idea. Actually, I'm wrong. It's the next set of cars. Whoopsie. This is where that bad bump was. But yeah, let's try to make some noise here. That a lot to get the first few gears out of the way, and then I'll lay into it. Now a lot of guys, just start in third. I disagree. I don't like doing that. It's not necessary. Yes, you can do it, but regardless of if you say it is or isn't, it adds an amount of stress that doesn't need to be added to the drivetrain or the clutch if you just start in first or low. That's how I feel. Nobody will change my mind. That's me. I think that's going to do it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the talk and, a little shifting lesson. And hope you guys thought it was cool to see the blue truck and the blue trailer, on their last ride together. And like I said, in the next video, you'll be seeing me run the red truck to get a load of lumber. And there's plenty more to come. So appreciate you guys watching. I'll give you another run of the gears going out, and then I will see you guys next time.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for other